A story has the power to connect us, not just with a lesson, but with a new language. Today's narrative is about unexpected connections, and it is also an opportunity for you to strengthen your own connection with the English language. In a natural and captivating way, stay with us. We live our lives on a macro scale, big projects, big goals, big problems. But what if the true engine of the world isn't the grand actions, but the small, almost invisible gestures? Today's story asks a simple question. What is the real power of a single, small act of kindness in a city of 8 million people? Our journey begins not with a hero, but with an 80-year-old widower named Miss Harrison, on a simple mission to bring a rare book as a gift to his granddaughter. But on a busy subway staircase in New York, as he carefully descends, anxious about the noise and rush of the city, his attention shifts for just an instant, and he stumbles. The bag flies from his hand, scattering a few items across the steps, including the small, gift-wrapped book. Coming right behind him, at high speed, is Mike, a young corporate lawyer, a rocket in a suit and tie, late for the most important meeting of his career. His mind is going a mile a minute, rehearsing arguments, anticipating questions. The world around him isn't real. It's a video game, where he has to dodge obstacles to get to the final boss. He sees the fallen man, instinct, trained by the urgency of Manhattan, screams, "Dodge! You don't have time!" He starts to move to the side, impatience like a bitter taste in his mouth. But something makes him stop. Perhaps the fragility of the scene, perhaps a memory of his own grandfather. He takes a deep breath, a 2-second pause in his scheduled day, kneels down, and helps the elderly man gather his belongings. He hands him the book with a hurried smile. Miss Harrison, genuinely grateful, takes the book and, before Michael can stand up, places a hand on his shoulder. "Thank you, my son," he says, with a sincerity that disarms him. "You have a good heart. May your day be blessed." Those words, the unexpected blessing from a stranger, weren't just a thank you, they were an antidote. Michael felt the armor of his anxiety crack. The meeting script he was repeating in his mind went silent. He stood up and continued on his way, but the rocket had become a man again. He was calmer, he was more human. Michael walked through the glass doors of the law firm, carrying a calm he hadn't possessed 20 minutes earlier. At the front line, at the reception desk, was Sarah, and her day was the opposite of Michael's calm. The phone system was blinking like a faulty Christmas tree. Angry clients were on the line, and she felt completely invisible, a human barrier designed to absorb everyone else's frustration. When Michael approached, she braced herself for another urgent demand, another anxious face that would barely see her. But he didn't make a demand. He stopped. He looked her in the eyes, noticing the tension in her shoulders. And then, still feeling the warmth of Mr. Harrison's gesture, he said something unexpected. "I know it's a chaotic morning," he said, in a gentle voice, "but you're managing all of this with impressive calm." "Thank you." The compliment, so specific and sincere, was the first positive thing that had happened in Sarah's day. It wasn't an automatic good morning, it was an acknowledgement. Someone had noticed her struggle, someone had seen her. A weight she didn't even know she was carrying seemed to lift from her shoulders. She straightened her posture, and for the first time that morning, a genuine, unforced smile appeared on her face. The flood of stress had receded. At lunchtime, Sarah's smile was still there. Feeling lighter, she decided she deserved more than a sad desk lunch. She went to the corner, where Javier's taco truck was waiting, for a clientele that wasn't coming. Javier stared at the empty street, the lonely sound of his spatula on the hot griddle, echoing his worries. The truck's rent was due, and doubt was a bitter taste in his mouth. Maybe it was time to give up and look for a real job. Sarah approached with an energy that surprised him, buoyed by the compliment she had received. She ordered her tacos, and as she took the first bite, her eyes widened with genuine pleasure. "Oh my God," she said, her mouth half full. "This is the best taco I've had in a long time. Seriously, I'm going to tell everyone at the office about this place." Her words, so passionate and spontaneous, were like a gust of wind in his stalled sails. It wasn't just a compliment, it was a validation. A reminder of why he had started this business in the first place, for the love of his food. In that moment, the worry about the rent gave way to a wave of pride and renewed hope. Javier picked up the spatula again, but this time with a new purpose in his eyes. Back at the office, Sarah kept her promise. With her enthusiasm still alive, she sent an email to her entire floor, praising Javier's tacos. The result was almost immediate. Several people, including the roommate of Miss Dinners, Harrison's granddaughter, went to the food truck, turning the silence around it into a buzz of activity and a small, welcome line. Meanwhile, a few miles away, Miss Harrison's granddaughter was receiving her gift at a coffee shop near the university. She was moved by the rare book he had given her, and upon hearing about her grandfather's small accident that morning, she understood that the kindness of that young lawyer had not only helped an elderly man in distress, but had protected a small and important mission of love. The circle had closed, and so, as the afternoon fell over New York, the camera pulls back, and we see the complete tapestry. We see Michael leaving his successful meeting, not with the arrogance of victory, but with a calm confidence. We see Sarah answering the phone with a smile, no longer a barrier for frustration, but a connection. We see Javier serving a line of new customers with renewed energy, his dream saved by a compliment. And we see Miss Harrison and his granddaughter reading together, the gift finally at its destination. The small act of kindness didn't change the world, but it beautifully and unexpectedly redesigned the day of everyone it touched. The journey of that single gesture, from a subway staircase, to an office, to a food truck, and to a coffee shop, teaches us a powerful truth. A genuine act of kindness doesn't just help, it recalibrates. It breaks the armor of stress, pierces the bubble of indifference, and reminds us of our shared humanity. It changes the perspective, not only of the one who receives, but also of the one who gives. The lesson of this story isn't that we need to make grand sacrifices to change the world. It is an invitation to look at our day and ask ourselves, where can we be the first domino? What small gesture, a sincere compliment to a colleague, a moment of patience in traffic, a specific thank you to someone who serves us, can set off a small and invisible chain reaction of positivity around us. If this story about the silent power of kindness resonated with you, leave a comment below. Like and share this video so this message can find more people and create even more ripples. And don't forget to subscribe for more narratives that explore the small forces that move the world. Until next time, find an opportunity and make a difference.